Hey everyone, and welcome to the first devlog for Cellfish. Now, I've been putting this off for quite a while. I'm not really one for the spotlight, but here goes. Since this is the first video on the channel, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Isard. I'm a full-time software engineer, and I've always been interested in making games. In fact, making games is what got me to become a software engineer in the first place. I'm also working with two of my best friends, and we're going to try and make this whole project together. Maybe you'll see some videos from them in the future as well. Now, I've attempted to make a few games in the past, and I've always come up short. Generally what happens is I aim too high and run into something that I just can't do, or run out of motivation because I don't get far enough to keep myself going. So what I decided was I had to come up with a plan. So this plan involves three main parts. First, start small. This is something I've heard absolutely everywhere, and everyone tells you gotta start with something small and manageable. Second thing is to set myself a time limit. If I know I've got a certain amount of time, then I won't focus on the little things so much, wanting to make them absolutely perfect, and then not getting anywhere in the bigger picture. And then the last thing is to do these devlogs. So why do the devlogs? Well, firstly, it's to connect with the community. If I get feedback from other people, then it'll keep me motivated and allow me to get some other perspectives on the game so I can know how to improve it further. And hopefully I can inspire some other people to start developing games as well. That would be awesome. So now that the intro is out of the way, let's focus on the game itself. So the first thing we had to do was decide on a base mechanic for the game. I had an idea for controlling multiple characters with the same controls. We played around with this for a while and decided on a game about cells. Different types of cells would respond to input differently. So a blue cell might work like a normal character in a platformer, where a red cell might have its horizontal movement inverted. Next up, we had to decide on an engine to use for the project. We ended up going for Unity since it had all of the features we needed and it was really easy and simple to get into. So now that we've made all the broad decisions, the next thing to focus on was actually making the game. We started off with the blue cell since he moved like a normal character in a platformer, so we could focus on polishing up his movement. And while we were doing that, one of us worked on basic environment art just to get an idea for what the game would look like. We ended up going for like a lab kind of a setting. I think it looks pretty neat. Next up, we decided to work on the whole eating and splitting concept. So the idea is we had food of different colors. The cell could walk up to that food and eat it, and it would get stored in a queue. Then the player could right click to shoot out the cells of those different colors in order. So if the player ate red, then blue, then black food, then they would spit out a red cell, then a blue cell, then a black cell. Something else we did is restructure the way that the cells worked, so that all the different types of cells would inherit from a base class. That way we could treat the eating of food and the creating of cells all the same way for any different color of cell. After that, we focused on implementing the different types of cells. Blue had normal movement, red was inverted horizontally, black had inverted gravity, white had free movement as if it was floating around like a ghost, and then gray does nothing. He just stands there. Sorry, gray. Now that we had all the mechanics in place, next thing to do was make a basic level, show it to a few of our friends and see if they enjoyed it, which they did, which was quite a relief. So that's the end of the first devlog for Cellfish. I'm quite happy with the progress we've made so far, and I think this could be a really cool game with a bit more work. So the goal for the next milestone is to refine the art some more and get some cool animations, and of course design more levels. I think these devlogs are a really good idea, because in just making this devlog, I already feel a lot more motivated and I'm getting a lot more done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or just want to discuss game design in general, feel free to comment down below. If you want to see more of this in future, then like the video and subscribe. Till next time, cheers.